Fine. And I'll share the screen and I'll share the video rather with you. Now, so how will time impact the call premium and the put premium? Yeah, we just now saw as time is decreasing, what happened? So what will be the impact of time on call and put? Yeah. Seven, time. What will be the impact of time? What do you mean by time? Time is, once you are entered into a contract, the moment you are entered into the contract, your time value will start on decrease. Not. Every contract, so for example, every index contract, expires on the last Thursday of, the Thursday of the coming week. So for example, the contract is started on last Wednesday, expires today. So tomorrow a new contract will come and that will expire on the next Thursday. So once you start enter into a contract, the moment you enter into the contract, time value is deteriorating. So how will it impact the option premium? Would you want to invest into a, let me say, you have three choices. This is September. You have 23 September, you have 30 September, you have 7 September, you have 14 September. Which date will you prefer? Will you choose for a 23rd? Given a choice and other things are same. Which expiry date will you choose? The nearest one or the farthest one? Yeah. Put yourself into the shoes of the option buyer.
Nearest.
Huh? Nearest. Why do you want to choose the nearest one? What is the logic?
Volatility.
Nearest means you only have another 1 more minute. By 3:30, the contract, 16 September contract will be closed. So your strike price is 37,700. How likely is that from 13,704 it will go to a higher high? Huh? So do you want a near contract or a far month contract?
So near contract have more volume.
Near contract may have a higher volume, that is correct. I'm just talking about the time value. So say, let us say in this case which we are discussing, the strike price was 37,700. So what is your objective? Objective is the spot should go above the strike price. Is it not? The spot should go above the strike price. That is your objective. Is it not? Say for example, this should go. You will be happy if it goes to 3,771. You will be even more happy if it goes to 3,737,800. You will be happy. You will be even more happy it is 37,900. Is it not? So you are more and more happy as the strike price goes higher and higher. Possible? Is this agreeable? So once you're going for a long call, your objective is that you want the spot price to go as high as possible for a underlying asset. So if the strike price is 37,700, you would want to see that the spot price goes above 37,100 to 37,800, 900, 38,000 or 38,100. So it should go high and high. So how likely is it that it will go within 1 day? How likely is it that it will go by next Thursday? How likely is it that it will go within next 1 month? Where is the probability higher? In which case is the probability higher? See, let us say the probability of going to
In longer time duration
is let us say is if I put it the probability in 1 week, the probability of reaching 39,000 in 2 weeks, and probability of reaching 39,000 in 3 weeks. Okay, if the probability of reaching 39,000 in 1 week is 0.01, what will be the probability in 2 weeks? Will it be lesser or higher?
Higher.
Definitely it will be higher. Anyway, because 2 weeks covers 1 week also, so that probability is already there. With that, you have an incremental, another 7 more days where more things can happen in the market, and that can drive the price higher. So let us say it will be anyway more than 0.01. Let us say it is 0.2. Okay, or 0.1 or 0.2. Anyway, greater than 0.01. And in 3 weeks, it will be even more higher. Is it not?
Higher.
So what I am trying to tell you is, if you have longer duration in your contract, it is more likely that your spot price will be in a more desirable state when you want to exercise. Therefore, you would always prefer a longer contract than a shorter contract. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Now, if I say that, it is also possible that not only the stock can go high in the 3 weeks, it is also more likely that the stock can also fall down in the 5 weeks, 3 weeks. That is also possible. Longer the period, more adverse events can happen in the market, and that can also pull the price lower. That is also possible. Say, for example, if I write the probability for the stock coming to 37,000. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
I was telling, I got disconnected in between. So I was telling, see, like the probability for the underlying asset, say for example, BankX, to reach 37,900 is more in 3 weeks than in 2 weeks, and more in 2 weeks than in 1 week. It is also equally possible that instead of the stock going higher, other undesirable events can happen in the market, and stock can also fall down. The underlying asset can also fall down. So, for example, though your target is the stock should reach 3,800, 37,800, or 37,900, some adverse event happens and it falls down. So, is it likely that it will fall down to a lower low in 1 week, or is it more likely it will fall in 2 weeks, or is it more likely it will fall in 3 weeks? In which time span will it be more likely?
3 weeks.
3 weeks, because within 1 week
3
it is
weeks.
likely, but in 2 weeks there are another 7 more days for many things to happen in that additional 7 more days, and that can also pull the stock lower. And in 3 weeks again there is another 7 more days, so it is even more likely that more events adverse can happen to the stock underlying asset, and that can pull the stock even lower. So whatever it is, when time span increases, the probability of the stock to either rise or either to fall is higher than a shorter span. But as far as in a call option, you are not worried whether the stock falls very low, because you don't have the obligation to buy it. So this side, how much ever stock is falling, this side risk is completely out of your concern, because let the stock fall to 37,000 or even 35,000, you are not worried because you don't have the obligation to buy it. You only lose the premium. Is it not? So therefore, you are not worried about the downside risk in an call option scenario. You only want to have the possibility of the stock rising as high as possible. So therefore, rather than in a 1 week, in a 2 week, it is more likely that will raise high. In a 3 weeks, it is even more likely that it will raise high. And for the same logic, you can see that the underlying asset, let us say, you take any, okay, you can take Nifty. No issues. So let it, I'll take NSE that. You can just observe this here. Let us take okay, Nifty. So you just look at Nifty. Now, what is the underlying? What is the spot price of Nifty? As far as the market has closed now, what is the spot price of Nifty today?
17,000.
17,626.5.
626. Listen now, this is the closing price. And which contract is in front of you?
Today's
All.
September contract. So today's contract is already expired. So let us talk about next contract. So what is the price of this contract? What is the price of September 23 Nifty contract? Nifty call, September 23 Nifty call. What is the price?
120,
120 rupees. 120 rupees. Yeah. Now you just look at it from 23. If I take September 30, it is 169. Everything else remains the same. Now the strike price remains same. Everything remains same. If it goes to October 7, the price will be even higher. So what do you conclude? As
higher the time, higher will be the premium for the call option.
the time to expiry, your option will have higher value. Got it? And it will keep on
Yes, sir.
deteriorating. It will keep on deteriorating towards the expiry. And what about a put option? What about a put option? What about a put option? We talked about a call option. What about the put option?
Premium will decrease.
No. Let us think logically. Let's see. In case of a put option, what is your objective? In case of your put option, what is your objective? In case of your
The market will decrease.
spot should
Price
actually
should
fall
decrease.
below the strike price. Spot should actually fall below the strike price. So you want to see that this underlying asset will come to 36,600 or 36,000. Sorry, that is 7,500 or even down to, let us say, 37,400. You know, you want to see the stock coming down and down because you are buying the right to sell Nifty at the rate of 37,700. Then it is the case of a put. So you want the underlying asset to fall as low as possible. So is it likely that Nifty will fall to 36,600 or 500 or 400? Is it more likely in 1 week time or is it more likely in 2 week time?
2 weeks.
2 week time, because 1 week it is possible. There are many things which can happen, but in 2 week time, obviously the time span is longer and it gives more possible events to happen in the market, which will be bad to the company and it can actually pull the company down. Definitely, it can also happen that good things can happen in the market and it can pull the price up. But as far as a put option you are buying, you're not worried about the upside risk because you don't have the obligation to sell it. Is it not? In put option, what do you have? Tell me. In put option, you have the right to sell it at the strike price. You don't have the obligation to sell it. So even though price increases, you are not bothered because you don't have the obligation to sell. You are only looking at how low it can fall. The probability of the underlying asset to fall is larger in a longer duration than a shorter duration. Therefore, if you look at it, you change this to put option. Now you can see the put is trading at 106. Nifty September 23 put is trading at 106. Strike price 17,600. Now if you simply change it to 30th September, you can see the value is higher. If you go to again, 7th September, you can see the value is again higher. So what is your conclusion? As time is longer, as time is longer, both the value of the call and the put will be
Higher.
High.
got it. You want to take another example? Want to take another example? Let us take. Okay, let us take Let us take Reliance. So you take 30th September Reliance. What is the price? 30th September Reliance. The underlying is the 2004-24. The 30th September Reliance, which the strike price is 2,400. Is it in the money at the time? At this point, is it in the money?
Yes, sir.
Is in the money by 24 rupees. And what is the value of this contract? 60 rupees.
60.5.
60 rupees.
60.5, correct. Now, if you simply go to 28th October contract, see, one thing you have to note is, index contracts mature every week. The index contract has a life of 1 week. Stock options contracts has a life of 1 month. Okay. So after the 30th September, you will not find 7th October. You will slightly go to last Thursday of October, then last Thursday of November, like that. So 20th October, you see it is how much? 106. And 25th November, most likely, yeah, it is 130. Can you see it? So both the as the time increases, the value of the call increases. Now let us check with the put. 30th September put is 34 rupees. October put is 71 rupees, and November put will be 80. Got it? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So that is what we have written here as time to maturity, or time is longer in a contract. Time to maturity is longer in a contract. The call price will be higher, and the put will also be clear. Now, what would be
Yes,
the
sir.
next factor? Let us see. The next factor. Let us again come back to the call. So this is Reliance call.
तो अब इन्होंने इसके में 4 क्यों दिया है? एक पूछिए.
This is Reliance call. So we already discussed the impact of the time to maturity. Now let us look at the impact on the strike price. When you click the strike price, you have choices of different strike prices. Here, so currently we were discussing 2,400 strike price. So given a choice, will you prefer to go down or go up as far as the call option is concerned with regard to strike price? Would you prefer a 2,380 strike price to 2,400? Or would you prefer a 2,420 strike price to 2,400? Which one will you prefer among these?
Less than 2,400.
2003.
Less than 2,400.
No, 2,400 is the current strike price in this window. Now, if I give a chance that you have one opportunity to change your strike price to either of the one below or one above, which one would you prefer?
Below.
Below.
380.
Why do you want to go for below? Because this contract gives you the right to buy lands at the rate of 2,400. So if you shift the strike price below, it gives you the right to buy lands at the rate of 2,380. If you go one more down, it gives you the right to buy it at the rate of 2,000. Correct? So you would always prefer a. You would always.
Sir, please mute. Sir, please mute.
Yeah, I'm muted. Yeah, you would always prefer a lower strike price to a higher strike price as far as call is concerned. Therefore, if you go to a lower strike price, the call will be more attractive, will be more costly. If you want even a lower strike price, even you will have to pay a higher premium. If you want to have even a lower strike price, you have to even pay a higher premium. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
just a question with this. So, what is the contract price right now?
2,300.
Contract price
132. 132.6.
130. Strike price is 2,300. The contract is trading at 132.60. Is it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The contract price is, if you want to buy this contract, you will pay 132. 132.60 paise. If you 132 rupees 60 paise, you will get a right to buy the lands at the rate of 2,003. Now, just for your understanding, out of this 132, what is the time value in this contract? What is the time value? This contract?
32. 32.6.
No, why you say 30?
No, sir, 2424. The spot price minus strike price.
See, the current price is
2424.
2424. So your strike price is 2,300.
300.
So this is in the money by 124 rupees. Is it not?
8 rupees 60 paisa.
Yeah. But you are paying how much? This the intrinsic value of this contract is 124 rupees. But how much are you paying? How much are you paying for this contract?
132.6.
You are paying 132 rupees 60 paisa. So the amount above the intrinsic value you can attribute it to the time value. Approximately. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So we were discussing about strike price. That was what we were discussing. So as far as the call option is concerned, right? As strike is higher, what happens for a call? As strike is higher, what will happen for a call? Will the call be more attractive or less attractive?
More attractive.
Come again, once
Less
again.
attractive.
Less attractive.
As you want a lower
Yes,
and
sir.
lower
Total
strike
mirror.
price as far as the call option is concerned. So as call is strike price goes higher and higher, call will become
Cheaper.
lesser and lesser attractive. The premium will be lower. What about a put option? If this is a put option, do you want the right to sell Reliance at 2,300 or 2,360 or 2,400 or 2,420? Which one you want? If you're going to buy a put option,
2420.
if you're going to buy a put option, obviously
Higher.
you're buying the right to sell it, and you want to sell it at the highest price. So you always will prefer the highest price. So from 300, if you go to 320, the what is it? Price will be higher. If you go to 340, again it will be higher. If you go to 360, is it not? Again it will be higher. So you can conclude that as strike price increases, put will be more costly or more attractive. Okay. As time to expiry is longer, I'll write everything in more and less so that it will be easy for one. As time to expiry increases, both call and put will be more costly. As you are choosing a higher strike price, the call will be lesser attractive, and as you are choosing a higher strike price, the put will be more attractive. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then what else? What else? Now again, come back to this window. Now, what else could actually trigger this price of the contract? We discussed time. We discussed strike price. What else?
Spot price.
Spot price.
Underlying asset.
Spot
Price
price.
of the
Okay,
underlying
what does
Spot
spot
price.
price have to do with this? What does spot price have to do with this? Suppose this is how much? This is the strike price. Okay, let us take put. And let us take the strike price is 380. Okay, 380. Now the current price of Reliance is 2,420. So tomorrow the market opens and Reliance start trading at 2,440. Will you be more happy or less happy? Suppose you bought this contract today and tomorrow if Reliance opens at 2,450 rupees or 60 rupees, will you be more happy or less happy?
More happy.
More happy.
You will be more happy because you already bought a right to buy Reliance at 3,380. Now tomorrow if Reliance opens at a higher note, as high and high it is opening, that is so much and so much better for you. If it opens at 2,450, obviously you can have a intrinsic value of 70. If it goes to 60, your intrinsic value will go to 80. So what I am trying to tell you is, once you are fixed with a strike price and you are entered to a contract, as the spot price will increase, that will make your contract more attractive. That clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And what about the
Yes,
call?
sir.
What about a put option?
Excuse me, sir, please repeat the last point, the spot price.
What I was trying to tell you is, suppose imagine today before 3:30 bought a call. Bought a call, Reliance call, 9 September 30th call. You bought a Reliance September call with a strike price of 2,380. 2,380. Now, what I was asking is, tomorrow when market opens, Reliance in the spot market opens at 2,450. Will you be happy? Will you be happy if Reliance opens at
Spot price is high.
2,450, or will you be happy if Reliance opens at
Yes, sir.
3,000? Okay, I'll put it in the Excel so that you can.
The
Will
spot
you be happy
price
if
will
Reliance
be-
opens at 2,450, or will you be happy if Reliance opens at 2,350? Which will you be happy? Your strike price is? The strike price is 2,380. So which case you will be happy as far as the call is concerned? Which case you will be happy? The Reliance opening at 350 or 450?
450.
You will be
450.
happy if Reliance opens at 450. Not. Why? Because I have a right to buy Reliance at the rate of
Spot price is
2,380. So the spot price is higher than the strike price, you are in the money. Even if it offers about 450, let us say 550, 600, 700, you will be more and more money. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, as spot price increases, your call will become more and more attractive. So if it offers at 3,450 tomorrow, what I'm trying to tell you is, this price will be increasing. So you bought it for 71 rupees today. The spot price increases, that will trigger this option price to increase, and you can sell the option at a higher price tomorrow. Got it?
yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
And what about a put option? Anybody want me to explain this? Anybody wanted me to explain this again?
No, sir.
Yeah, it is more dearer. Yeah,
When
yes,
price
it is more
price
expensive. It is more expensive. Yeah. If the spot price increases, it is more dearer, or it is more expensive, or it is trading more attractive. Or it is more costly. Correct. Yeah. Now let us come to put option. Same thing. If it is put option, what do you want? So tomorrow you assume that instead of a call option, you are taking a put option today. It is strike price of 2,380. In which case you will be happy? In which case you will be
The
happy?
Spot price when decreases.
Yeah, you want the spot price to come below the strike price. If it goes to 3,350, you are having the right to sell it at 3,380. So 30 rupees profit you get. So if it goes again down to, let us say, 3,000, 2,300, you are more happy. If it goes to 2,200, you are delighted. If it goes to 2,100, wonderful. Again, you can make further profit. So as spot price decreases, your put is more attractive, or other way around, if spot increases, it will be lesser.
Lesser attract.
Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So moving forward, what other factors would be there influencing the premium? What could be other factors?
Time decay.
Time decay we already said. As time is longer, call is more attractive. As time is shorter, both call and put is lesser attractive. We already discussed.
Volatility.
That is what I wrote as time here. Time instead of decay, I wrote the time length of the time. Time longer, both are more attractive. Time is the shorter, both time has already started decaying. The expiry is coming soon. Both call and put will be lesser attractive. Already said.
Volatility
What else?
also influences.
Yeah,
The premium. So premium.
madam, we are talking what
Volatil-
influences the premium. Now,
Volatility.
just to clarify, madam, the option price is what is called as a premium. Okay. So here in this case, the premium is 26 rupees. Last traded price of the option is what we call it as the premium. What we are discussing is what all triggers the premium, or what all influences the premium. A premium is nothing but that is nothing the price of the contract. The premium of the contract. The premium is 26. Okay. Yeah, what else? Somebody was
Market
telling
direction.
volatility. Usually, volatility is measured in standard deviation. Okay. So, volatility, how does volatility influence the contract? Does volatility influence contract? Yeah.
Higher the volatility,
Option Greeks
more
are, yes,
fluctuation in pricing.
based on option these factors only. We are discussing option Greeks tomorrow. Before even option Greeks, we are discussing the fundamental factors. So how does volatility influence this premium?
Higher volatility influences price fluctuations.
Higher prices.
So when
Higher
volatility
premium.
increases, what does it happen?
Higher-
Yeah,
Higher premium.
yeah. What is the logic?
Higher prices are lower.
Okay, let us put it
prices,
this
it will
way.
affect the-
See, let us again say we are taken a call option. We are taken a call option. Reliance September call with strike price of 3,400. So that in easier for you to understand this. Bring to a round number 3,400. So if the volatility is, if the volatility if the volatility is 2%, 4%, and I'll put it this way. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so the volatility is that is 2%, 4%, 6%, 8%, and 10%. So the volatility is 2%. How much do you expect the underlying asset to range? What will be the range of the underlying asset when there is a 2% volatility? It can go up to. Can go up to. Can go up to. Go up to 1.02, or it can come down to.
The mic of somebody is.
Sir,
the
can
mic
you
of somebody
please
is open.
put up the mics?
Yeah. Let me check it. Thank you, ma'am. So if volatility is 2%, how much do you expect to range? It can go up by 2% or it can come down by 2%. It is 4%. How much do you expect to range? This can be this
Either above +4% or -4%.
or this can come to into now. And if it is 6%, can be with into, and this can be equal to this into 0.9. And if it is 8%, will be this into 1.08, and it can come down up to this into 1.92, sorry, 0.92, and here it would be this into 1.1, and here it would be this into this into 0.9. This will be the expected range when the volatility increases. Now, yes or no? Currently, the Reliance is trading at, let us say, it is Reliance is trading at 2,400. So you can assume any volatility. So the volatility is only 2%. What do you expect? You know, the underlying asset could fluctuate 2% from the previous close. Let us say, so it can go up to 48, or it can come down to 350. Possible? Or if the volatility is higher, the stock would even fluctuate with a wider range. As the volatility increases, the stock would actually fluctuate even wider and wider. Correct? Is this agreeable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, let us say you are going to take a long call, with strike price equal to 2,450 rupees. So with strike price 2,450. So which scenario would you like to provide? Do you want a very low volatility scenario, or a very high volatility scenario? Which one do you want?
Less volatility.
Huh?
Less volatility.
If it is less volatility, the stock is expected to fluctuate between 2,448 and 3. Will you make any profit with the strike price of 2,450?
No.
You will not make it. But if the volatility is 4%, this can actually bring you at least 46 rupees in the money. Is it not? Possible?
Yes, sir.
And as the volatility is increased, this will be even more in the money. Is it not? How much will be in the money? Can you just write it here? Here you will be out of the money. Here you will be in the money by how much? This minus this.
46.
Here you will be in the money by how much? This minus this. And here you will be even more in the money. Here you will be even more in the money. And finally here you will be deep in the money. Is it not? Are you getting what I am saying? So which scenario you will be you will prefer? Scenario you will prefer?
High volt.
You will definitely prefer a high volatility.
Volatility.
What you want. But understand, when the volatility is high, it can also take you the stock very low level. It can also take the stock to very low level. But are you worried about this? Are you worried?
No.
No.
You are not worried because not worried. No?
Loss is limited to the premium.
Loss is limited.
We have a right to buy,
Have
not the
any
obligation to buy.
obligation to buy. You will simply say that I don't want to buy. Whatever premium is given, that alone is maximum enough. So let the stock fall to even 1,000 rupees or even 100 rupees. You need not worry because you are not obliged to buy. You only use the premium that you have. So therefore, when you talk about volatility, So volatility can actually take the stock to a higher high and a lower low. As far as call buy is concerned, I'm not bothered about how low it will go because I don't have the obligation to buy it. I am protected. I am only looking forward as to how high it can go. So whatever direction it is, it requires volatility or higher volatility simply implies that the stock will fluctuate between wider ranges, which gives you a scope or an expectation that the stock can also touch high highs, though it will touch low lows. Since low is not your concern, you can only look at high and be happy that when the volatility is higher, it can touch a higher high. So therefore, when volatility is higher, the call will be more or less attractive.
More attractive.
Will be more. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
If that is clear, now what about a put option? Now tell me this case of Reliance put. You are going for Reliance put. Of course, you are going for put. What do you want to happen? The strike price is 4,450. What do you want to happen? What do you want to happen?
Same as in call. Same as in call.
Yeah. So how do you narrate it? If the volatility is very low, you're expected that will come down probably to 3 and 5. Okay. But if the volatility increases to 4%, it can even come down to 304. But with higher volatility, it will again come down. So when the volatility is increasing, it uses the likelihood that the stock will keep a low, though it can get a high also. But remember, you are not worried about a high because you don't have the obligation to sell it at the high price. You can simply say that I don't want to exercise. Maximum loss will be the. So therefore, a put option also, when the volatility is higher, it gives you a reason to believe that your target will be hit. And therefore, higher standard deviation, higher volatility, always the premiums will be. If you could look at it in the month of any events like budget or elections, etc. Since it is already known that the volatility will be higher, a good market will capture that and the premiums will be trading definitely at a. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So we discuss 4 factors: time, maturity, strike price, spot price, volatility. Then what? Let us say an expectation of dividend. What will be the impact when dividend is expected? The dividend is option
Price
does not get
increase.
dividend. Option holder does not get dividend. Dividend is received by the stockholder. Whatever it is, the dividend is declared on the stock. What will be the impact on the call and put?
Spot pricing.
Call on more. More on call. More on call.
To understand this,
Spot
can we
pricing
compare?
increase.
Now, come back to this explanation. What did we discuss regarding spot prices? Spot price increases. Spot price increases. What will happen?
All become more attractive.
If
All
spot price
become more
increases, spot will
attractive.
become more attractive and put will become lesser attractive. Now, when a dividend is declared, what happens to the spot price? Let us talk about a balance sheet. Balance sheet, let us see, we'll put it in the traditional format. Let us say it has liabilities and capital or as equity and it has assets. how do you start a business? So you consider the business to be a separate entity and you contribute capital. Huh? So let us say you contribute capital. Let us say you contributed, 100,000 into 10 rupee face value shares. So you contributed 10,000 rupees capital. So what will be this capital? Initially, this capital comes as cash. So this becomes cash. It's not. So once the management take charge, this cash will get converted to certain assets, business operating assets. Operating assets. Okay. Now, when this asset is put into operation, what will happen? When this asset is put into operation, what will happen?
Stock will be added.
When this asset is put into operation, we will require expenses. No, we will require to meet expenses, raw materials, operating expenses, labor, etc. And once we meet these expenses and we put these assets into operation, that starts generating output, which can generate revenue. Okay, let us say that this company was able to generate 300 rupees of revenue and 100 rupees of expenses. So this 200 rupees becomes the profit. Right? So to whom does this 200 rupees go? Whose claim is this 200 rupees?
Shareholders.
Yeah, so this comes back into the balance sheet as 200 rupees. This will be either receivables or debtors if it is a credit sales, or otherwise it will be cash. And here on the other side, it becomes accumulated profits or reserves. Okay, it becomes a reserve. So earlier, remember, was our balance sheet. This was our balance sheet. What was the value of the shares here? What is the value of a share? How many shares do we have? There are 1,000 number of shares. What is the total value of the assets of the company? 10,000. So this will be
10 rupees.
10,000 assets. The total value of the assets is 10,000 divided by 1,000 number of shares. The value of the share is
10.
Now here, what will be the value of a share? Value of a share will be how much? 10,200 is now the total assets divided by 1,000 number of shares.
10.2.
It will be 10 point. So 10.2 is the value of the share. Now, if the board of directors decides to declare full dividend means whatever accumulated profit is that they decided to pay out as dividend. So what will be the repercussion?
Value of the stock will come down.
Huh? That tell me? Yeah, if I'm declaring 200 rupees dividend, whatever profit is there, if I decide to declare it as dividend, so the dividend is paid out, this becomes zero. I don't have any cash now. Whatever cash was there, whatever surplus was there, I paid out as dividend. Since I paid out as dividend, the company is now not applied to that extent also. So the balance sheet now will become how much? 10,000.
10,000.
So therefore, when the dividend is declared, what happens to the spot price? What will happen to the spot price?
Oh.
The spot price will fall. Is it not? So dividend spot price reflects the total assets of the company divided by the number of outstanding shares. So from the assets, we are taking some cash and paying it as dividend. You will get dividend in one hand as cash, but the share value will proportionately decrease. That is what you won't hear in the newspaper saying that the NAV value will be adjusted after the dividend is declared. So therefore, when there is an expectation of dividend, when the dividend is declared, as the share price will come lower and lower, when the dividend is expected, the share price tend to be, or my expected spot price in future is lower. So when the expected dividend, expectation of dividend is high, it means the future spot price is expected to go low, and therefore the call will be,
Less attractive.
lesser attractive. And if I am expecting a dividend and therefore the future spot price is expected to come down, what will be the impact on the put price?
It will become more attractive.
More attractive.
Put
Put
price.
price, as far as the put law put is concerned, the more the underlying asset will fall, so much he will be in the money. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, I think we discussed time, maturity, strike price of the contract, spot price of the underlying asset, volatility of the underlying asset, expected dividend, expectation of dividend. We can also have one more factor, but it is not very directly observed by traders. It is, rate of okay, risk free rate or risk free rate, or let us say cost of capital or what. So what will be the impact of risk free rate of return? Though the mild impact only will be there, what will be the impact? What will be the impact on the risk free rate of return?
If risk-free rate increases, call option will become less attractive.
Why? Let us put it this way. Just again, check with an example. Now, let me say that gold 10 gram is trading at 48,000. Okay, gold is trading at 48,000. So I request one of you that I want 10 grams of gold in the month of December, or in the month of okay, I want 10 grams of gold in the month of December. I do not want to buy gold right now because I don't have a strong room at my house, nor I have a locker in my bank. So I don't want to buy it right now, and I do not want to risk keeping gold at home. Can you please buy the gold for me and give it to me in December? I have a function. I have to give to somebody. So in December, if you give me the gold, I'll give you the price. Okay. So whatever price, so therefore, no, if you agree to that, what you should be doing is you should go to a today itself to Tanishq, or you should go to Gitanjali, or you should go to Kripa Jewelers or any good jewelers, and you will have to buy 10 grams of gold, and you have to keep it in your locker, and then you have to give it to me in December. I will give you the price. You thought of buying it in December and giving it to me, but then you are also worried because if in December the price goes to 55,000, then you will be all in trouble because you said that gold price was 48. But you cannot later say that I bought it at a higher price. You need more money, so you don't want to get in such arguments. So you want to be safe. So for that, what you did is you will buy gold in 2 days. Why are you not planning to buy it in December? Because you do not know what will be the price in December. So the price inflates. So probably, you may have to say that, no, I cannot do go to 40,000. I bought it at higher price, so give me more money. So maybe you don't want to spoil the relation. You therefore decided to buy it. But if you buy it today at 48,000, is your cost only 48,000 or more than that? How do you buy the gold? By paying the money. So from where do you get the money? From where do you get the money? Either you have to take it from your bank account or you have to take a loan to buy the gold. So either way, there is a cost for holding gold till December. There is a cost for holding gold till December. So if the banker charges you 10% return, a 10% interest, so it will be 48K plus the carrying cost, whatever it is. Now, if the interest rate is 12%, will it be more than 48 the cost of 10% holding, or will it be less?
More.
It will be more. If it is 14%, the carrying cost will be even more. Now, so what I'm trying to tell you is the spot price and what is the relationship between the spot price and the forward future price? It is always spot price plus cost of carry, which gives you the future price. Otherwise, we discussed there is an arbitrage that is possible. Now, so therefore, what can you conclude? If the interest rates are higher, the future price of the underlying asset will also be higher. The future spot price of the underlying asset will also be higher. Therefore, if risk-free rate of return is high, the future spot price of the underlying asset will be higher, and therefore the call will be more. Are you getting it? So here the interest rate is 14%. After 3 months, the spot price of gold I will ask for a higher price. As interest rate or the carrying cost is higher and higher, the spot price that will prevail in the market on a future date will also be higher. Therefore, since spot price is more making the contract far more attractive, risk-free rate of return, if it is high, rate of return as it goes higher, that will make the spot price to tend higher, and therefore it makes a call. And what about a put option? And what about a put option?
Yes, sir.
That will make these are the 6 factors is used to determine the option. We are talking about an option premium model like Black-Scholes option pricing model or binomial option pricing model. All these things, it is these 3 variables which are modeled, were taken into the model, arrive at the option. In a real market, all these variables, except let us say strike price, everything else can be dynamic. It can actually be dynamic in the market. As the spot price increases or decreases, as the volatility increases or decreases, as the expected dividend expectation of dividend increases or decreases, as R increases or decreases, etc. Accordingly, the option premium will also keep on fluctuating. We'll take all these variables into the model and we'll discuss how the option premium is determined on Saturday morning, where we are discussing option pricing model. We'll be discussing another option. Any clarification with this so far?
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Like it is said in the last 6-point risk-free rate, if it is higher, the spot price increases. But generally, it is seen that whenever the interest rates increases in the market, in that case, so what I'm saying is, generally it is seen whenever the interest rates increases in a market. So what happens is, the investment in stocks becomes less attractive.
Yeah.
And this is something which has been seen in the research also. Like the stock price generally falls because of, or the stock market also falls because of the increase in interest rates. So would it not be if risk rate is increasing, so stock prices should decrease at that time?
Sir, that is automatically captured. See, that is a latent effect, indirect effect of interest rate hike. Because, as a rational investor, when you have a higher risk-free rate of return, sometimes you would be tempting to, move into, banking investment or deposit and eliminating the risk in the stock market. So for that reason, people will pull out money from the market and, probably go into risk-free investment. So when that happens, see, automatically you are saying spot price will decrease. So that we are already written it here. Spot price increases, call will be more attractive. Spot price decreases, call will be then therefore less attractive. So that is captured here.
Okay. Right,
Okay.
sir.
But what you're saying is a behavior in the market, interest rate falling can actually,
Yes.
interest rate rising can actually make people, so that is a behavioral aspect. Okay, that's a behavioral aspect. And that is
Right.
actually captured here by the spot price increasing, call becoming more attractive, spot price decreasing, call becoming less attractive. Here what I am trying
Okay,
to
so it
explain
means
is when
it is
interest rate decreases, though you can have a behavioral trigger to get motivated to invest into banking investment, and a lot of people could actually withdraw money and go. That can cause a fall in price. Keeping that aside, and that can be captured in the spot market variable here, spot price variable here. The other empirical or the scientific explanation is, as interest rate increases, it also gives a reason that any asset for carrying it for any period of time progressively will also be higher, and therefore the expected spot price will also be higher. Okay, so that is with these two together, what you said will be charged.
right, sir. Understood. Thanks for the explanation, sir. Thank you.
That's how it is. Anything else? Any other anything else you want to ask generally? Because I was planning to start option pricing. Maybe I'll start it in a fresh session tomorrow. Yeah, we have some issues. Anything that else you wanted to discuss? I think I have put all the links to you. Today's link also I'll share it to you. Recording. Anything that you would want me to explain? Payoffs you are getting it now. Payoffs you are understanding now. I think Lakshmi Madam is taking payoffs. You're getting
Yes, sir.
payoffs. Any other basic things you would like to ask after hearing of so much of options? Anything that you are curious to ask? Anything you are curious to ask? Yeah. Or is it an afternoon session? All of you silent? Yeah. Smita madam, you are very silent. Smita Juice, anxiety. Lamna madam, I have sent you the link. I hope you got it. Yes. Anything that otherwise you would want to ask?
Sir, one more question then.
Yes, sir.
Because yes, yesterday, I think yesterday or day before yesterday, when you were talking about, closing the call option, and at the same time, you also close that transaction from your trading account.
Okay.
So, I just wanted to know, this kind of whenever the call options are bought and sold, we don't take delivery, and generally this is not the case with the index option. This is what I learned yesterday. So, in these stocks we can take the delivery, right? So even then, why don't people generally go for the delivery, and why will they close down that position? And whether I know that it is not profitable venture to
So
invest
one thing
unless you
why
have
people
good
don't take
knowledge about.
deliveries, sir, for taking a contract, you require a very small amount. For taking delivery, you require huge amounts.
Okay.
Say, for
Right,
example, you
right.
look at this contract, look at this, how much is this? See, 26 rupees is the price of the contract. Okay, this is a put. Okay, let's take it as a call. Okay, let's increase the. So 35 rupees is the premium. Reliance September call to 2,460 rupees strike price. The premium is 35 rupees. What is the lot size? Reliance, I think lot size is 760. How much is the lot size for Reliance? How much is the lot size? How much is the lot? Market information is now not available because. Yeah. See here, how much is the call? And call. Yeah. Land. See, the price is 35. So for entering into this contract, you would require only how much rupees? 35.6 into 250 is the lot size. Huh? So you require hardly 8,900 rupees for entering into this contract. But finally, if you want to take delivery, how much you want? How much you want? 250 is the lot size into 2424. It requires 6,06,000 rupees to take delivery. So usually traders does not come into the market with so much of money. Rather they come with the market with a margin, small amount of money to make huge volumes. So usually they would prefer to suffer a small loss on a day and trade again tomorrow rather than taking the entire delivery. Because if I take the delivery with this maybe for another 1 week I'll not have money for trading. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So, but there are traders who are having the practice of not taking the loss by taking the delivery also. And they will take the delivery, and for a couple of days they will sit with the stock for the stock to appreciate and finally exit in a profit, and then they will get back the money and then they will again start. So that is a trading style
So
of each. Another important point is for options, the brokerage is hardly very minimal brokerage. But if you're taking delivery of this, you will have to pay. You will have to pay at least 0.2%, not 0.2, at least 0.2%. So that is 1,112 rupees is your brokerage one leg. So when you sell it back, that will be around 2,500 rupees. So if you want to take delivery, the delivery cost, that is a brokerage cost, will be 2,424 rupees. Are you getting this?
Okay.
So if I take delivery, I can sell it only after covering this cost. I had to wait for so much time for the stock to appreciate. So taking delivery is very costly compared to option. See, for example, option usually for a lot 30 rupees flat is charged by a broker. So up and down, buying 30 rupees, selling 30 rupees, maximum my brokerage will be 60 rupees. Then option. If you are buying one lot of lands, the brokerage that is charged by ICICI is 30 rupees. So 30 into 30, buying and selling, my brokerage is 60 rupees. Okay. So, but if I go for taking the delivery, then I have to pay so much rupees for brokerage. So all these considerations are there, but still, if I have a huge loss, probably at least to mentally, satisfy my that I am not booking the loss, I'll take delivery and keep buying. Or rather, other contemporary investors, what they will do is they'll book the loss and they say they are roll on. That is, tomorrow they will take, though the contract is expiring today, tomorrow they will take the fresh contract and probably wait for another one. They keep on rolling on. That is another practice rather than taking delivery.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Understood. So then there is another question, which I want to ask related to the right. When it comes to writer of the call options, so generally who writes them? Like we also do that?
Sir, can you be louder, little more louder?
So what I'm saying is, can we also write a call option or a put option?
Why not?
Is it? It can be done by us?
See, that is a misconception among the traders. That is, when you are going for option, you can only buy call or buy put. No, you can see when there is a buyer, there is a seller also.
Right.
So it is indifferent. You can choose. There is nothing like that. You can buy a call or you can sell a call. You can buy a put or you can sell it.
So can we do that here also? Like can you show that from where we can do? Okay, we can do that from our trading account, right?
Yeah, see, because I'm in the university, my trading account, I cannot open it here.
Okay, but we can do that, right?
Okay, let me just try to visualize that in an Excel sheet. See, in an Excel sheet, so okay, assume that this is your trading broker's window. Huh?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the order specification. So you will have to give the name of the assets. Okay, you said the name of that asset is Reliance. Okay, then you'll have to give the action. So you have to say buy or sell. You'll have to choose that.
Okay.
Then you'll have to give the quantity of price. Then you'll have to give the quantity. So then, when you finally press OK, you have to choose either you are buying it or you are selling.
Okay,
and if
okay,
it is an
right. So
option, then also you have to say whether you are buying, selling, call, or you can buy a call, you can sell a call, you can buy a put, you can sell it. When you are buying a call, you get the premium upfront. But for buying a call and selling a put, you require more margin money to be. Why? Because buying a call has limited loss. The premium alone is not. So you are actually paying the premium. You are buying the premium. You are completely covered. Okay, so you need how much ever the stock falls, you don't have any obligation. But as far as the short call is concerned, you are only receiving the premium, and the stock increases, your loss is actually infinite. Infinite in the sense loss will actually proportionately increase. So therefore, when you are taking a short position, your your margin requirement will be higher. Are you getting what I'm saying?
okay, right, sir.
Say for example, in this Reliance
Right,
case,
sir. Right, sir.
in this Reliance case, your total margin for a call would be, the total margin for a call would be how much? 250 is the lot size and 35 rupees I think was the premium. So this is what you require to have as the money required for the entering into a Reliance call for this contract which I showed right now. But if you are going for Reliance short call, this is long call. Huh? Long call. But if you're going for a short call, here long call, the maximum loss is this. Beyond the premium, there will not be any loss. But that is not the case of a short call. The short call can have huge loss if the stock price increases. So therefore, the margin amount will be higher.
Okay, sir.
How
Got
much?
it, got
How
it,
much, sir? Margin money is how much, sir?
Sir, each broker has their own algorithm for calculating that.
10 times, 20 times, 10 times, 20 times, etc.
Yeah, this I suppose for short, usually I have to pay around 1,75,000, around 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees margin. 1 lakh. So which means the value of the contract. Value of the contract is how much? Value of the contract is Q424 is the spot price. Okay, Q424 into 250 is the lot size. So this will be approximately the value of the contract. So usually, yeah, 25%, 30% will be the market, correct? So it will be 1 lakh, correct? Around that will be that. And it also depends not only the value, it depends upon the independent stocks, volatility, all those things. Liquidity. So the margin can be for Nifty, the margin is short position margin will be lower compared to our stock. Short position only thing is that margin will be higher, but then yes, but for that the same reason there are a lot of people who does not actually take short position. Because they always keep the possibility of a short position closed because they assume that the money requirement is more. So that is also worth studying. So is there an inefficient market as far as short segment is concerned? Because there is a slight mental barrier to take a short position because you need to keep higher market. So rather than taking a short call, usually large number of traders will go and prefer long put. And rather than taking a short put, many traders will come and take a long call, just like a proxy. So therefore, in short call and short put position, slightly there is a relatively lesser number of traders, and some advantage you can have provided you keep the capital ready for short call and long short put. That is possible.
And how roll on is there, sir? Last date, how roll on is there?
Roll on means, sir, you have to buy the next contract. Say, for example, here, see, this contract is getting expired today, now. Yeah. So this is expiring. Yeah. So this is expiring today. Suppose you have taken this. How much is Nifty closed? Yeah. So suppose you have taken this contract. See, at 17,700. Nifty unfortunately closes short of 17,700. Therefore, your call does not have any value. It is 0.05 means it is no value. It will not go below that. So 0.05. It does not have any value. It expired on it. So you will have a loss. If you have bought this contract, let us say somewhere in the afternoon, it was trading at 5 rupees, 6 rupees. You bought this call at 5 rupees, and now the call has no value, so you lose your entire 5 rupees. So roll on means tomorrow morning you will take the September 30 call. Tomorrow morning when the market opens, you have to buy the September 30 call, next week call with the same strike. For that, you have to pay the premium, which is not necessarily 100. This is the last trading price, so it may not be a very true representation. For a market opens, it could be somewhere around 30 rupees, 40 rupees, 50 rupees. So you have to pay that price and then you can roll on. That is what is meant by roll
Oh,
on. Anything else?
sir,
Yeah.
actually, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, means who decides this premium amount and the this one lot size?
Lot size, expiry date, and the strike price is set by the exchange. So they have already set the exchange. say you cannot now say that I want a 29th September contract or a 10th October contract. You have only contract and Nifty contract expiring on 16, 23, 30, 7 October, 14 October, 21 October, 28 October. This is set by the exchange. You cannot say that you want a strike price of 17,651 or 17,652. No. You can either go by any of these strike prices which are set by the exchange. So these strike prices are available. These strike prices are available. It is something like, you have a first class ticket in Indian Railway at 400 rupees. You have a second class ticket at 300 rupees. You have a third class ticket at 100 rupees. You cannot say that I am not happy with third class, but I don't want to spend for second class, so I'll pay a ticket of 150 rupees. There is no possibility. There is no offering like that. Similarly, here also, these things are set by the exchange. You have to choose any of that you want. Premium, how is it determined? Tell me. Premium is not determined by anybody. Premium is determined by the market. It is a price, supply demand equilibrium. No? So this contract, depending upon these what is it? 6 factors. Depending upon these 6 factors, is this 6 factors one?
But sir, at the
depending
starting
upon
of
these
the
6 factors, if the contract becomes more attractive or the contract becomes less attractive, accordingly the price gets actually called in the market. That is, market participants determine the premium.
Sir, it means at the time of writing, means first time when the option is sold at first time. So who decides the premium?
So when the market is open, only you can buy it. Sir.
Okay, sir.
So when the market is open, means who decides? The market participants decide. Sir.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Are you getting it? At
Yes,
9:30, 9:15, when the market opens, market participants actually give the. There will be, say, for example, tomorrow the market is opening. So today also, I think, okay, 17,700 is a good contract to buy. And now the underlying is trading at 17,626. Okay, let me put order now to buy this contract at the rate of 10 rupees. Maybe I feel that okay, it is a better contract. Let me actually offer 30 rupees. Somebody will be offering 50 rupees. Is it not? Bidding 50 rupees. So all these orders actually get stocked in the exchange server. That's what I said. This is the role of the exchange. All these orders are accumulated and it is sorted in the best order for the seller.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
The highest price will get the first execution.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Last minute.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Exercise हुआ? नहीं.
Anything else?
Yeah, ठीक है. Dai आई. Dai आई.
Anybody else?
Sir, for any company stock option, do the exchange has to take the permission from?
Sir, I think can you be a little more louder? I'm hearing. What is it, sir?
Exchange has to take permission from the company to.
Sir, your voice is breaking, sir. Please, can you just check your mic and just once again tell? Or could you just put in the chat? Hello? Then, sir? Yeah, then, sir, can you tell me once again?
Yes, sir. My question is, if there is a Reliance option.
Yeah. Hello, am I audible? Hello?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah.
So what I'm asking is, if there is a Reliance option or Z Industries option in the market, so these companies permission would be required to list those options, right? Because
The com-
yesterday we learned that only 130 or 150 odd companies options are listed in stock options are listed in India.
Yeah.
So I think most of the companies are reluctant to give permission for listing their options, right?
No, sir. It is not like that. Options are actually a stock is selected for option based on many other criteria like impact, cost, volatility, outstanding interest, volume, etc. Okay, so I cannot say that a small company, let us say, Burnpuri Cements, or let us say JRG Securities or Geojit, did not come and actually qualify for being listed into the options. So there are certain exchange criteria which are more primary to ensure that they get into options. That is what my understanding is. I have to check what is regarding the permissions for the company to allow them to be traded in the that I have to check it. But what is more important is the security should qualify to get listed in the options.
Okay, sir. Right, sir.
I had to check whether it requires the resolution from the company that be listed in the options. That I'll have to check it out. I'll just ask with Vinayak. Vinayak will be aware.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification, sir.
I'll check with Vinayak. Thank you for asking that.
Right, sir.
Sir, tomorrow at what time we will start?
Tomorrow we can start at 10 o'clock. Anyway, I will update that in the drive today. I think as of now, it has been scheduled at 10 o'clock. Professor Saji is taking the first session tomorrow. Tomorrow it is scheduled at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, I think it is scheduled at 9. I'll just confirm with Saji, Professor Saji, and I'll let you know whether it is at 10 or 9. So maybe by 7:30, 8 o'clock, you can just look at the drive. I'll just update. I'll update that.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, Lakshmi madam's that PPT presentation, are you going to share?
Yeah, I'll share that. I'll share it. I'll share it.
Yesterday PPT is also not shared, sir.
Did she use PPT? I think she used worksheet. No,
No.
already shared.
One sir taught the fundamentals about the options.
Vinayak's PPT that I will ask. I do not know whether that is since he is from NSC. I do not know what is their policy of sharing material. If they share the material, if they are willing to share the material, I'll share it. I'll ask for the material.
Okay,
Usually
thank you,
they
sir.
have certain policies. Even taking the sessions, I think they have to get formal permission. So I'll just check it, and if they are allowed to give it, I'll
Thank you, sir.
So then let us call it a day if there are no other doubts. Thank you all for joining. Again, it was a full day session. So tomorrow is only one more day which we had a stretch. Maybe the last day we don't have full day session. We have 2 sessions, and then it is a assessment session. So please hold on for another couple of more sessions so that we can complete it meaningfully. And hope all of you are also getting benefited and whatever we are able to share our understanding on this domain. We are trying to do that. That is getting useful to you. Tomorrow's time, Philomena madam, time I will update you in the WhatsApp group. As of now, in the drive, the time is mentioned as 9 o'clock. I'll just clarify with Professor Saji whether he's taking at 9 or 10, and I'll update you. I think Philomena madam is not in the group. I'll give you a SMS. So then, thank you all of you. I'll share the recording as usual by night. And also Professor Lakshmi, any material she's sending, I'll share. Thank you all. Good evening. Bye.